Hello everyone, welcome to part 3, annotation and the viewports. In this part, we're going to create a simple house plan and we're going to annotate the drawing with text and dimension. Also, I will show you how to create the viewports in the layout. Let's go over just fast review for part 1. If you didn't watch part 1, just go over it please and watch it before watching this one. And in the part 1, we've talked about introduction to AutoCAD and the drawing tools. Also, I provided in the description related to part 1 several videos that I recommend you can complete before proceeding to part 2. In part 2, I've talked about the modifying tools and layers. We've talked about creating layers and modifying tools, copy, move, rotate, offset, mirror, trim, scale, and array. Also in the description for part 2, you will find recommended videos to watch. Now in this part 3, annotation and the viewports, I will walk you through creating simple house plans. We will create layers and we will annotate this house plan with dimensions and text. Also, I will show you how to create viewports in the layout. You will find in the description several recommendation YouTube to watch after watching this video. I recommend also subscribing to my channel to be notified with the new videos. So let's get started. This is AutoCAD. We'll start a new drawing. This is drawing 1. Let's save our work. So from the application menu, we will save the work. I'm gonna save it house plan. So we're ready to start here. The first thing, we go to the home tab, create layers. Always you need to be organized. So you need to draw similar object on one layer. Walls should be drawn on one layer. Also, you need to give it a color. Okay. Also, we need another layer for doors, another for windows, and also give it a color. We need another for dimensions and one for text. Giving each layer a unique color and unique name is very important, and that will keep the drawing organized. Let's start with the walls layer. To make it active, you click on it, exit the layer properties. Okay, so let's start here. Let's make it active. Also, if you need to make it active from here, you need to put the check marks over there. Okay. So walls is active. Now we need to decide on the units. I'm gonna set the units to architectural, U and enter, or from the application menu, drawing utilities units. I'm gonna make the architectural per session. I will make it half, and here's inches. Okay. Now we'll start with drawing. Let's check the status bar. We need to have object snap on. Always, I recommend having on to draw accurately. We need endpoint, midpoint. We might need center. This is the most popular ones. Intersection. Probably you need perpendicular. So you can add as you go any object snap that you need. Also, you can get the object snap, override with shift and right click with the mouse. Also, I need you to keep the show snapping reference lines on. If you don't have any of these on the started part, make sure you find it on there. For example, the object snap, you can find here, for example, you find here that this is the object snap dynamic input line weight. So object snap tracking, if you don't find this, just make sure it is on. So everything you don't find down, make sure you it is checked. Okay, so here's what you need to do. Like this is the ortho mode. If you need to draw horizontal and vertical lines, you can keep the ortho mode on. So here the customization panel is important. So what I recommend, object snap tracking. Um, Either or, you can put the ortho mode or the polar tracking. As you see here, you cannot put them together, so either or, because if you make the ortho mode on, the polar tracking will be off. So either or. Dynamic input, it's up to you. You can put it on or off. I will turn off the snap mode. I don't need to snap on the grid, so I'll turn it off. Also, I'll turn on the display grid. So let's get started right now. We have the walls active. I'll start with a line. I need to draw the walls. So I'll start with line, L enter, or just the line command. And from here, let's give dimension and direction. And this is the direct way to draw. The first thing here, I'm gonna draw a 25 feet wall. So 25, and I need to put the apostrophe because I'm using feet. If I'm using inches, I don't have to put quotations, but if I need to put feet, you should put apostrophe, enter. At this point, you can zoom in and out just to feel comfortable with your drawing. Remember, zooming in and out will not change dimensions. Now, I will draw another line from the end point. Be sure you have the object snap, and at this point, I will go at 28 feet. So you put the apostrophe, enter. Now I need to go 25 feet, or you can track this point by using the endpoint and the object snap tracking. Then you can close. So we finished drawing the lines, outside lines. Now I'm gonna use offset. So I will offset 5 inches for the walls, 5, enter. I will offset inside. So you pick the wall and the through inside. So I finished that part. Let's do some trimming. Trim, cutting edges, enter to select all. Now just go and pick this point. Also, you can pick it this way. Okay. Remember, if you're using 2021, you don't need to do that. Okay. You can just trim without the cutting edges and without anything. Now, finished the walls. Let's make copies. Okay, I'm gonna copy these two from the end point, and I need to create other walls inside of the 10 feet. So I give a direction. Make sure you're using the reference lines, the green dashed lines, 10 feet, enter. Now I will copy another one, 15 feet, enter, enter. So I created walls inside. Now I'm gonna copy these two, right click or enter to accept. We'll create some walls inside. So this is 10 feet, enter. And I'll make another copy here, 18 feet, enter. Okay, you hit the escape button to finish selecting. Now I need to create here some other lines, and I will delete some other walls from here. So I will go with a trim. I will trim these parts. Okay. Also, I will trim the parts. With the 2021, you can trim everything, but with previous version, you might need uh, to delete some lines. For example, this line here, you cannot trim it with previous versions, but you can still trim it with 2021. So if you cannot trim it, you can delete it. Okay, so here we trim any unused or any lines that we need to clean up. Now I need to create here another line, so I'll make copy these lines from here to 4 feet. Okay, then I will go trim these lines here, these lines, these lines. Okay, so I started here seeing some spaces. Let's go more trimming inside here. You can just zoom in to trim. Okay, I think that's it. So you can always zoom and pan to see if you still have any other lines to trim. Okay, so that's it. Now I finished creating the walls. I'm gonna draw some spaces here for the doors. So I'm gonna draw here a little line. Okay, I will move this line from the point to 6 inches, and then I will copy the same line from the top 3 feet, enter, enter. So here's a door. I will trim that door. Okay, so here you go. I finished that part. Now I will create another line, I'll enter, or just this way. So let's do it again. Make sure you track down. And I got this intersection. So be sure here you have the correct point with the object snap. So I got the intersection for this. Okay. Now I will copy this line from here 3 feet. Enter. Let's trim TR, enter, or just trim. That's all. I'll draw here another space for the door. I will copy 6 inches, then copy again from here to endpoint is very important, and I will make that 3, enter, then trim. Okay, so I finished that part. Let's do one more door space. So here I'll make that little line, then copy from endpoint 3 feet, enter. Okay, now we will trim that part. Now what we will do at the end here, let's move to another layer. And for now, let's make doors. I will show you here how to get the doors from the tool palette. This is a view, and we do have tool palettes here. You can draw the doors, but I need to show you here how to get it from the tool palette. And this door is Imperial, and I will get that door there. This door is dynamic blocks. So if you click on that little arrow, you can give it a dimension. Like I needed a 3 feet, so I changed the increment. Also, if you click on this little arrow, I make it 5 because my walls are 5 inches. Okay. Now I will make a copy of that door. Okay, and I will rotate it just because I need another copy to be rotated. So I prepared 2 doors, and let's move them to their correct place. So I'm gonna copy and be sure that you are using object snap. Okay. Let's take the second one. Okay. Now these two, let me see if we need, okay, we need another one, another opening for the front door here. So let's make it that. Let's move to the walls. Let's draw here a line. Copy. 1 foot. And let's copy that one more time. Okay, now we can do trimming, and you can delete that little part. Also, if you need to make other doors, like you have several kinds of door, be creative, but I'm just trying to make that simple for the purpose of this tutorial. So now we can copy this door from the endpoint to the endpoint, and that's it. Let's get rid of this, and here you go. Now, as you see from these doors here, that some of them are not really doing well together. So this is dynamic block, and we can always change the way you want them to flip or open. So here you can change the direction. Also, you can change the opening if you need it to be like 90 degrees. So the same thing here. Okay, you can flip that, you can change the direction, and you can change how you want it to be. For example, this one also, if I need it to be a different direction that's open toward the wall, you can do that. Let's do the same thing here, and I will make that 90. Okay, and the last one here, you click on it, can change by clicking on that is 90 degrees. And the last one, this one, let's make it the opening 90 degrees. And if you need to change the direction, that's fine. So here we have the doors completed. Let's move on and go to view, also tool palette, and we have windows. Okay, so I'm gonna bring windows here. And this window, I need to move it to the window layer. Okay, remember to select any object if you need to move it to its layer. Now, this window, the same thing here, we can change the increments if I need it to be 5. And also you can change the width here. Click on that, and I need it to be 5 inches for the walls. Now I can copy. So from the modify, copy, and you can just put it on the correct place. You can just make as many copies as you want. Also, you can rotate it, rotate, enter base point. Here you go. Okay, now you can copy this window and just put it on its place. Okay, so you can create as many windows as you want and just replace them in the place. Now after that, what we need to do here is we created layers, we created windows, doors, and walls. So we still need to do dimensions. So let's click on that dimensions and text. Okay, so let's start with the text first, then we will go to dimension. So make sure you are in the text layer. Let's close that out. And if I need to put some text on my drawing, I start with annotate, and here I have two kinds of text. Let's go to single line. Okay, with a single line, specify start point. So I will start here. I need to specify the height of my text. As I go with the height, I need to consider like how big it is according to the drawing. Let's say that I need it to be 1.5 feet, okay? Or I can just click on the screen to decide. Now the rotation angle is 0. I will accept that to draw, and you see now the cursor is there. Living room. You click outside, and here you go. So you created the first one, and you can use the grips to move it and place it in the correct place. Now you can copy. So Control C, you can copy. Okay, Control C and then Control V. So copy and paste, you can do it this way, Control C, Control V, or you can just use the home and copy to just get that. Now you can move it to any place. If you need to override, change the text, double click on it, it will open the text editing, and you can put what you want. Let's put here kitchen, click outside. Okay, now you click again if you need to reposition. If you need it to be smaller or larger, you can scale that. So scale, you can scale it if you wanna. Okay, also you can match properties. Use the match properties to match one to other. Like if I have this one, match properties, click on the kitchen, they will be the same size. Now let's make that. We can also copy from place to place, and I can make several copies. And after I finish the copies, double click to edit. And this is bedroom 1. Bath, bedroom 2. Okay, so remember here that you hit the escape button to exit the command. If you're using ortho, you cannot move that, so make sure you're not using ortho. If I use ortho, you will move the text only vertical or horizontal, so do not click on ortho if you need to be more flexible with the drawing. Now after that, let's do hatch here. I will go to hatch, and I don't have a layer, so let's go to layer and click on a new layer and put hatch. Okay, so let's make some hatch here. Let's make that current. Click on hatch on the draw panel. Choose the hatch pattern and make it by layer. Okay, and now you can click inside. Okay. So I just need to click inside the walls. Be sure you have or close boundaries. Otherwise, you cannot make the hatch. Remember, if you have any messages to close, make sure all the walls are closed. Okay, so we put here the hatch. If you need to change, for example, if you need the scale here to be, for example, 2 or 3, so you can change that scale to make it larger. As you see here, this is scale here. I can make that 10. So you have larger scales. Now we finish the hatch. Let's do dimensions. With dimensions, the first thing here we will go to annotate, and here is the dimension. The first we have two things, annotative and standard. Let's talk about standards in this video and manage dimension styles. Also, we have with the dimensions, we have here linear, we have quick, continue. So there are several things to talk about in the dimensions. The first thing I need to show you under the linear here, if you click this little arrow, you have a line, angular, arc, and several others dimensions to put. This is the quick dimension on the top that will take any dimensions that you want to place. It will take it there. So what we need here to go is to linear, the first one, and make sure that we are on the dimension layer first. So this is the dim layer. And again, annotate linear. The linear will take horizontal and vertical. So let's get the first dimension that we want. Be sure to use the object snap. As you see here, we got really tiny dimension. So that means I need to get some modification to the style. In order to change that, we go to manage dimension styles, and let's create a new style. So new, copy from standards. Let's make that, give it a name, house plan, and let's make it standard. Continue. And here with the modify, we do have several things. Let's start with the text. The text is what you see here, which is so tiny. So we need to change that and make it about, let's make that 6 for now and see how big. If we need to change that later, we can do it. So here is the text height. Also with symbol and arrows, let's change that to architectural tick or other. Okay, let's make it architectural tick. Okay, and here let's make the 3 inches. Okay, now let's make click OK, set current and close. I'm gonna delete that since I use a different one. And as you see on the top now, we have annotative house plan and standards. So this is the one that I created. Make it current, use linear, and here you go. Okay, now you see the dimension is larger. I can see it. I see here that it is 300. It's not architectural. I need it to be feet and inches. So let's make another changes to the house plan dimension, manage dimension style, and make sure you correct the ones here. Modify. We need to talk about the primary units. I see it is decimal. Also, I changed the units of drawing to architectural, but I still need to make the architectural as well. Also, you can change the precision if you need it less or more. So you can change that precision and make it half or the desired one. So I click OK, set current, and close. Now I see that this is 25 feet. Let's get some more dimensions here. So this is linear. Make sure you use the object snap. And here you go. I got this 10 feet. Let's hit continue. Okay, so that will pick the other point. Hit enter. So this is with the continue. If you need to get other dimensions, continue. Be sure to use the object snap. Okay, and you can set as many dimensions as you want. So remember, with the annotate, you will find single text here. Also, you can get the dimensions. If you have any other things, like if you need the radius of the door, you can go to linear here, press that little arrow, and you can get the radius. Okay, so you click on the radius. As you see here, the radius is 3 feet. So in this video so far, we created layers. We used hatch, we used doors from the tool palette. We used the windows. You can create as many windows as you want the same way. We use some of the modifying tools and the drawing tools. Also, now I need to show you how to use the layout and the viewport. To click on the layout here with the layout, okay, you can always rename if you need to give it a name. For example, house plan or any other names, you can change that name. Now here you see the viewport. If you need to delete that, I will delete it for this exercise and show you here how to make them. So let's click on layout. And from the top, and here you have the viewport. The first thing we have rectangular, so I can draw any rectangular viewport. Here, this is the first section. If you double click inside it, you can turn off or on the grids. If you don't need that grids, you can turn them on or off. Also, what I need to show you here, that this viewport need to be created on a layer. So let's go here and click another layer. Okay, and let's give it a name and color here. Let me do that. Okay. Now let's go to the house plan, and here, this one, I need to take it to the viewport layer. Okay. Now I can create viewports using polygonal, and that is any shape or any polygon that you would like to create. Maybe if you have a special shape that you need to use for any reason, see how you can create any kind of viewport. I know this is weird a little bit, but I just need to show you here that you can do that. Also, you can change, you can modify how it looks, so feel free to use anything. If you click inside here, you can get another, for example, this one, the detail for the bath. And here, let's move that to the viewport layer. As you see here, I got a different one. Now I need to show you here that I will draw a circle, and I will move this circle also to the viewport. Now in the layout, I will check object, and I click that object. So I made this circle to be a viewport. Remember, the viewport is like an opening to the model space that you can just view from inside it. So any shape that will work. I created here several. If you need to log in, you double click inside and get the one that you want. So here I have the bathroom or the bedroom 1. Here you have the bathroom. Here you have the full view. Okay. Now let's go home tab, and this is the layers here and the viewport. I can just hide it in a viewport, freeze or though in the viewport, so they are no longer exist there. And I have a layout view with several views. Here is the model space, and here's the layout view. If you need to print out, you can go to the printer. You have several ways to print, and here if I go from the top in the printer, you see that you got for example, if you need to open window, you can click on window and you open the window to the part that you would like to print. And here you can see you have you need to find your printer. If you don't have a printer, you can check the PDF, or if you have a printer, you choose the printer that you want. Then you can see the preview, and here you go. So you got it with a preview. Also, you can change it to portrait if you need to draw, and you can center. Let's see here. Okay, so you can center it, you can change that to portrait, and this is one way of printing. Another way, you can go right click on the house plan, which is the layout tab. Also, you can choose page setup manager. Then you can modify it if you need to make any modification to the page. Choose the PDF or the printer that you have. And in this case, I'm gonna choose my printer, but if you don't have a printer assigned, you can always choose Microsoft PDF. You choose the letter size or the paper size. So this is A4. And here, this is the layout. If you need to print everything in the layout, you can go to the layout. Let's see the preview. And here you go. You can print everything in the layout. Okay, so this is some ways that you can use. Again, you can choose the portrait or the landscape. Always you can check how it looks in the preview. Okay, so this is the way. Before I finish this one, I just need to show you one thing. If you need to rotate that text, the easiest way here, just you can rotate text, and you can rotate it this way. You can use the rotation from the modification, and here you go. Okay, so in this video, we've learned today about annotation and the viewport. We created simple house plan with dimension and text. Also, we've talked about the layout and the viewport. Please watch the videos, the recommendation videos in my description under this video. And please be sure to subscribe to my channel in order to get notified when I post new videos. Thank you for watching, and have a great